And a smoker, that's Ronnie Osmer in the 99, a second car for Thomas Prater, and that brings out our first caution. And then we've got more problems in turn number 4. Andy Seiss has gone around in the 02 car.
That's the 52 of Will Rogers right there in front of your screen. They're driving gas to avoid the 99. Let's see what happens here. That's the leaders going by that 99. You see the 27 of Travis Brayton go down on the inside.
There's Rollball up above him, and he gets by. And that 52 car.
Andy Seiss actually looks like he was coming down to try to get back in line on the bottom, and they may have made contact there. That's where they've already got into each other.
So something happened after they got by the 99.
Yeah, and I think Will Rogers in the 52 was just an innocent victim there with nowhere to go.
Two cars going for the same real estate.
Let's see if we can see anything on board with Gus Dean.
Watch Andy Seiss in the 02 as they get by this 99 car.
There you go. There's the first contact.
It didn't look like aim for a moment. Then Sean Corr closed it up. Ooh.
And a big crash, spinning, turning, the 33 of Daniel Sassnitz. Caution number 3 at Daytona.
Big.
Let's go back and try to find out what happened.
Looks like they just get seized up. Looks like the 63 of Dave Mater III gets into the back of the 33 and turns him around. That's what's going to send him to the outside wall.
On board with Natalie Decker.
Whoa. Checked up. Amazing. What a great job she did. You could hear her get out of the throttle. She had hardly any time to react.
That's impressive.
It certainly was. That may cost this group the draft.
They've got some work to do to catch up to the lead pack.
Well, there we go.
Huge wreck.
Corr, Houff, Lamastus, and Doza all involved. Semi-big one here at Daytona. Caution number 4.
In the 32, and we get down to the corner, and he just doesn't give him any room. He turns in the corner like he's not there and squeezes him, and that's what causes this melee. Tom Hessert very fortunate along with Michael Self to get by on the inside.
So I think Gus Dean got out of that. Here comes Corr again in that blue 43 on the top side with a good push from Purdy. And then a wrecking. Holmes is going around and upside down. Zane Smith around. A big one here in Daytona, but keep in mind.
18 pushing the 32, and the 32's trying to help the 23, but he catches him in the right rear corner, and that turns him sideways. And I think he launched off the front of the 66 of Mark Thompson.
If it wouldn't have been for that incident, the outside line definitely would have had a shot at the win.
And I think you guys might be right. Sean Corr is being shown on our scoring monitor in second, and he's lined up second under this red flag.
Definitely had the momentum, and it was on his way. From that angle, it looks like he is ahead of
it does.
I think so. Yeah,
sure does.
And then Purdy is up there. And Zane Smith almost was ahead of it, and he got hit on the rear quarter.
Yeah, Dave Mater III made hard contact with Zane Smith. Dave Mater was doing a nice job. We haven't talked a whole lot about him. He's a former winner here in the series back in, what, 91?
Correct.
He won a race at Michigan. He was a Snowball Derby winner in 1978.
On board with Gus Dean.
He was trying to pedal the throttle to try to get out in that situation.
Side going into 3.
Let's see who gets the advantage going in 3.
Creed on the bottom side.
Big.
Purdy is going around hard into the wall. Corr goes with him. Caution. And we'll try again. All right, let's see what happened here. Creed on the bottom, Corr on the top.
Nobody to blame here. These guys are just doing all they can do to be pushed. You see the 28 get pushed sideways, and then the 43 of Corr and the 8 of Chase Purdy make contact. The 43 takes the 27 up into the outside wall. You see Michael Self go by relatively unscathed from this incident anyway.
Chase Purdy got tight on the bottom. You could see he didn't have any air on his nose, and he just couldn't keep it down there and got into the outside lane.
He didn't have any air on his nose because his nose was up underneath
Absolutely.
the back of the 28 car.
And you have to do that if you want to gets tight.
You can see how much higher his nose was there with no air on it.
Once cars get together, it's over.
Hires the 06 and the 9. There's Brad Smith making contact with the 06. There's Riley Herbst, the NOS car on the right.
I think we're going to need to count the cars that haven't made contact.
Yeah, exactly. Travis Braden's on board. Nowhere to go. Absolutely nowhere to go. Hit from behind.
So this is Riley Herbst on board with his. He's had one of many that's had an eventful night. Just about everyone has.
He was going to be okay till Brad Smith ran into the 06.
For Jim, let's take a look.
Just the second caution started with Travis Braden to the inside and the number 27 underneath Natalie Decker. They made contact entering turn 3, a high-speed corner, and look at the weaving and bobbing going on.
Look at the contact right there. It looks like maybe Travis Braden getting into the left rear quarter panel of Natalie Decker. But watch Joe Graff in the number 77.
The battle for the lead with Sheldon Creed. The 15 is Michael Self. He drops down, gets down there smoothly.
See,
They're crashing in the back, and it's Brett Holmes, who was trying to get to pit lane possibly, goes around, and there's the caution. Let's watch what happened first to Brett Holmes. Watch for the red car in the back. Oh, and somebody wiggled right in front of him.
Well, that's the 02 of Andy Seiss who's coming to pit road. He's on the brakes. You saw Michael Self definitely went by the commitment line on pit road. He had the option, though, of just riding down pit road at pit road speed and rejoining the racetrack if he wanted to.
Okay. Yeah, was Seiss in that same situation, too. Needed to pit.
But there's so much room down there in turn 2.
It is, so we will race to the finish. 4 in the mix right now. Creed trying to hold off Perkins.
Oh, trouble!
Now they'll crash hard. The big one in Talladega is on the final lap. Will we steal green or go white? It's green for the moment. Creed, Perkins, and we do go to caution. Now here's the heavier hit that brought out the caution. Look at that 3.
There's that 3-wide racing with no room at all.
So Robaugh took pretty big damage there too. Lamastus is in the 54 Crosley for David Gilliland Racing, and then the Bama Buggies number 8 for Chase Purdy. Let's see who else might have been impacted. Gus Dean right in the middle, maybe took a little bit of contact.
It's like Josh Williams got by. He was on the very bottom of the racetrack. Stankin was saying that 41 car, their teammate, is really fast.
Looking 3 wide down the backstretch. Smith, and then Herbst goes around. Big contact, taking Josh Williams with him. Caution. Overtime number 2 is coming.
Look at the damage on Sean Corr's car. That's
That heavy contact. Let's watch again.
See, Herbst moves to the inside of Sheldon Creed. Here comes Joe Graff. Looks like there was contact between the 28 of Creed and the 18 of Herbst, and it turned Herbst right into the path of Sean Corr in the 46.
So Creed didn't get going very well.
There goes Riley Herbst down the inside. Creed pulls over to try to block. Looks like Creed caught Riley Herbst in the right rear corner.
Right side of that car, but let's take a look at that. Some contact between teammates. Drama here at Toledo. Harrison Burton in the 12 and the 28, the point leader here in Arca. Sheldon Creed there and joined force to go after a victory here at Toledo.
But Mason said, I want someone that can win a race in this car.
Oh,
He called Grant just a week ago.
Thad Moffitt goes around the corner. Major damage to the number 18 of Riley Herbst. Toledo, let's take a look at what happened. Natalie Decker in the 25 there, but you see Thad Moffitt, the King's grandson, Richard Petty's grandson, spins it in the corner. And then it looks like Harrison Burton might have been trying to woe down a little bit, and the 18 of Herbst just got in the back.
Ooh, there was some contact right there, Vince, with Natalie Decker, and that looks like Joe Graff Jr., also that silver 77 that got into the outside wall as well. Just some contact.
And watch, you see the spark out from underneath the car of Owuji, the 34.
Yeah, then he just moves up the racetrack. It's right up against the outside wall, out of the way right here.
Yeah,
but
looks like everything would be fine at this point. Obviously knew he had a problem, and then he tried to come down and get out of the way, and Dipple got
yeah, and Vince, I'm not sure he tried to come down, or maybe whatever was going wrong forced him to, for that car to turn left like it did, and then makes hard contact with the 22 of Dipple.
Boy, that's a hard hit into the wall.
And Dipple as well, too.
So big hit for Owuji, and
advantage of those guys getting together.
Wow, Jones fighting back on the outside and 3 wide with Chase Purdy getting loose and into the wall.
Well, there's 2 cars to the outside of him. Did such a great job saving, though. That car on the inside is going to lose a little bit. Oh, they make contact right there, and then he never really regained contact, but control, excuse me. But what a great job that the 28 of Sheldon Creed did by not losing his car. That's a car sideways. It's Murkovic sideways. Leilani with nowhere to go up against the outside wall. Murkovic forced her into the outside wall. Then she got hit in the back by the 34 of Jesse Owuji.
So that was the car we hadn't ID'd yet, the 34 of Owuji.
And then Ed Pompa came along, also made some contact.
On board with Mutter.
Absolutely nowhere to go. No way that she could have stopped on a dime and turned underneath.
Tire. And boy, Chandler Smith.
Contact in 3 and 4.
Contact.
Cars into the wall. Everybody checks up. And wow.
Chase Purdy and Riley Herbst involved over there. And they both went around. Nope, didn't get down to the bottom side of the racetrack, just drifted up a little bit. Will Joe Graff Jr. make a move down into turns 3 and 4? Graff is there, he's going to get to the back bumper. Chandler Smith is around. Joe Graff Jr. will take the lead and come to the checkered flag. Joe Graff Jr. No. And that, there's another shot of this action down in turns 3 and 4, and Joe Graff, he was very aggressive going into turns.
He had to run, he had to go for it, and unfortunately
that was his only shot.
Last year, let's take a look at what happened to Gustine, and you can see that's a little bit of the aftermath of what happened to the Gree Baker Distributing number 32 on the racetrack.
Can't really determine what happened.
Out 68 laps now into this one. We're still green flag racing here, and trouble. Travis Braden hard into the wall.
That's a lot of damage on the 27 machine. They came flying for position, no holds bar racing into turn 1, and Braden has paid the price. No caution.
She was okay, and then a little bit of contact maybe with the Bama Buggies number 8.
Sombrero with trouble.
Travis Braden hard into the wall, goes around. Is everybody going to clear him? And did anyone else make contact? Caution number 3. See what happened here.
You see the 77 right side of your screen is into the back of the 27. Don't know if maybe the 27 didn't get loose first. That's going to force the 77 up into the outside wall as well as the 27.
Creed in that damaged car. He sweeps into 3rd, and Glasson is going to come around too. Glasson in the top 5, and we've got 2 more into the wall. It's Zane Smith and Gustine.
Yeah, there was contact between the 32 of Gustine, and that took Zane Smith out. Take another look. Watch the contact between the 18 and the 32. And then again, Zane Smith was just running along the high side with nowhere to go, absolutely nowhere to go. They just ran out of room racing into turn number 3. I don't think Riley realized that the 32 of Gustine was down there because he turned left, made contact with Gus.
Yeah, he had the momentum with Alfredo in front of him, so he was sliding down to keep from hitting him.
Yeah, I think Riley was going to try to go underneath the 40 of Alfredo. Did not realize that Gustine was there.